school, and welcome to the November edition of Book Talk. If you've been in the library, you have noticed that might have noticed that we have a display by the front doors called Nonfiction November. Well, in the month of November, we like to focus on nonfiction books. The rest of the year, we tend to talk about fiction. Most people enjoy reading fiction books, but there are people all over the world who prefer to read facts, true stories. And so that's what we focus on in the month of November. Nonfiction. I want to talk to you a little bit today about some of the nonfiction books you can find in the library because there's so many of them and they're so tightly packed that sometimes it's hard to know what's there. So first I want to tell you about the You Wouldn't Want to Be series. This one is You Wouldn't Want to Be Sick in the 16th Century. Ugh. So gross. If you knew what things they did to keep people healthy back before we had medicines, you would not believe it. This is a great book. These are really, really neat. They're very graphic. They have lots of cool pictures and diagrams and captions and headings and other nonfiction text features that make the books really interesting to read. So I highly recommend these books, and this is just one. If you go to the library system and you search You Wouldn't Want to Be, you'll find all of them. And we have more coming all the time. So those are pretty neat. I'm sure you're familiar with the I Survived books. We have them. They're in the section next to graphic novels. We also have books about just things that might interest you. This is 101 Great Fighters. And this book is all about fighter planes from throughout history. This one is just the Appaloosa horse. Maybe you're into horses. Maybe you got a horse that's a pet and you just want to learn more about them. We just got in this new series that's actually in our Starbucks next to the graphic novels. It's called the Nicholas Flux series. And these are, this one's actually a graphic novel. So these are in the graphic novel section and they're nonfiction. This one is called Defend Until Death. And it's the true story of the Battle of the Alamo told in a graphic novel. So there are nonfiction books spread throughout all over this library. One that I would recommend, I really liked this one. It's called Bad Girls Throughout History, 100 Remarkable Women Who Changed the World. And each chapter is the story of a different woman throughout history who has made an impact on the world. So this one, here's Cleopatra, and like I said, it's just a quick biography right there. This is Jean de Belleville, Queen Elizabeth I. Every page that's kind of like a chapter in this book is a different woman and information about what they did that was so awesome. So quick read, really interesting one. Another one, this one's brand new, just came in. It's called Rising Above, and this one's in our sports section, $7.96. It's called Rising Above, How 11 Athletes Overcame Challenges in Their Youth to Become Stars. And it talks about all kinds of famous people from today. It says LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Tim Howard, and so many more, Dwayne Wade. So these are all famous athletes, and it talks about different difficulties that they had to overcome when they were kids in order to be successful athletes today. And it's just like the last one, except the chapters are a little bit longer. Each chapter is about 10, 15 pages. But it opens up and you just go to the chapter and it'll tell you who the athlete is and then tell you about what difficulties they went through in childhood. So that's a neat one. And just also don't forget biographies. We have tons of books that are biographies. This one is Stephen Curry. This one happens to be a Star book, so it's a little bit easier to read if you wanted to kind of give your brain a break. But we have biographies and books about everything you could want to learn about. If you're learning about ancient China in history class, you can come get books about that. Maybe you want to learn how to do yoga. Maybe you want to learn how to clear acne from your skin. We've got about everything in the nonfiction section. So I challenge you to kind of take a second this month and try to learn something new in the nonfiction section. Now, in the last part of this video, I'm going to show you something new in the library catalog. Hey Cardinals, I wanted to show you guys today how to log into the library system on your own so that you can renew your own library book. So I'm on lawsoncardinals.org and I'm going to click on Media Center, and then that takes you to the library website. Click on Search for Books, then Lawson High School, and over here you'll see Destiny Discover. So once it loads, you'll see that the screen looks a lot different. Up here in the top right, we click on Log In, and you log in just like you would to your school computer. So your username is your graduation year, last name, first initial, and your password is your lunch number. Once you click Log In, you'll notice that the screen changes a little bit and it becomes green. So now you are logged in, your name will be up in the top right, and you can do anything you need to do to deal with your own books. So you can go to My Stuff, down to Checkout, so you can see what you have checked out, and you can click these 3 yellow dots and click Renew. If it's on hold for somebody or it's overdue, then you're not going to be able to renew it. So that's what the issue is there. Hers is overdue. You can go to Holds and see what books you have on hold. Let me go back and show you what hold means. So if I wanted to read the book Best Friends, but it was checked out right now, see it says out, I can click this hold button down here and it will put the book on hold for me. And then when the book comes back in, we'll send you an email that it's available for you. So now you can log in, renew your own book, and place books on hold for yourself. Just make sure that if you're on a public computer, you click log out when you're done so nobody else can get into your information. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me for Nonfiction November. Remember, always be a reader.